What is up everybody, and today we're going to go over my January and February dividend payments that I've been getting on Sharesies. Also near the end of the video we're going to be going over my portfolio breakdown and how I'm structuring it, because I have changed it. So I'm going to show you my stocks there as well. So in my Sharesies account we can see that it has gotten quite a bit lower than we used to. So it's now down to 84,700, and in our investments there is 19,200 with a simple return of 10%. So a quick way to access dividends is basically just go to wallet here on the side and then change it to dividends. And if we scroll down we can see here the dividends are in January. So 99 cents, $5.93. We've got a residual one here of 18 cents. And you'll see later on that I've actually sold out of these ones here. There's quite a few that I've sold out on, so the dividends are sort of running out for these companies because they pay them a month afterwards when they declare the ex-dividend date. So here on the screenshot of the dividends we can see that Devo paid me $2.79, GP paid me $5.93, we got DGRO which paid me 18 cents, we got DGRW that paid me 64 cents, also O Realty Income paid me 99 cents, and then I've got another dividend payment there under other, I think that's QQQ, so that is at 57 cents. So we've got at the bottom, these are all US dollars, so I got paid $11.10 for January, and we can see that the total amount invested is $19,500. So people new to the platform, let's just go to my best dividends here, which is $5.93, and this is JEPI. So if we go there, this is the breakdown of how much shares I have, the gross dividend yield per share, and then after that the dividend, and then also the tax that we have to pay since we are in New Zealand. And this here is given to me in US dollars, so obviously I convert that. But these ones here, you'll see that the dividend auto invest is back on. So this here just opens up another order, and just make sure you're in a plan just so it's cheaper, right? And then you put it in there and it will just invest that amount. Now previously I used to keep these and sort of buy something for myself, something small, something like KFC or something like that every month. That was pretty good, but now I've got enough money, so we're just putting this back into the portfolio, hopefully adding and growing to it. So moving over to February's payments, we can see that Devo paid me $2.94, GP again paid me $5.13, and we have a residual DGRO at a measly 2 cents. Then we have O Realty Income. I thought I'd have gotten actually rid of these, but that's okay, that's $1. Then we have BIT, that's the, I believe, the BlackRock income one, that's $3.13, and then we have Lowe's, which is 73 cents. Then we have other there for 3 cents, pretty negligible. But in February I got paid $12.98, and we can see the total invested amount has dropped a bit, but that's because I did a lot of selling, so some of that was like pretty much converted to cash, but that's the invested amount that I converted over to New Zealand dollars. So moving over to my dividend tracker, we can see here that I was expecting, what is it now, in February to be getting $40 a month per dividends. Now that hasn't actually worked out, hence why this is the big red mark here. So that was sort of my goal, and what I come to realize is that you do need a lot of money to put into here to be able to grow your dividends, and I'm just not at that stage in my investing life that I have that enough money to be able to get those monthly dividends, and it's been quite ineffective, obviously, if I'm from New Zealand and these are US stocks. So I will continue to use the dividend tracker. I'll just use this here, plug in my numbers till the end of this year, and yeah, but it is going to look pretty ugly because I'm not going to be putting a lot of money into dividends. I am branching out a little bit and just getting sort of ETFs and also some growth stocks. However, it is important to have this to make sure that I am tracking sort of, even though I'm not meeting my goals. It's a good idea to always track your progress and to see where you want to be and how you want to change, you know, any future plans. And basically from this tracker, that's why I decided to limit my dividend investing and go for a little something more riskier and get into a bit of growth. So the learning is that dividends is very capital intensive, which I can't fund with my income or investing amounts. What I am going to have to do is that I'm going to have to be happy with these small monthly dividend accounts until I'm able to fund sort of this strategy. However, I do have another way to make passive income to the tune of 600 New Zealand dollars a month instead of the 10 to sort of $11 US a month I get from dividend investing. But before we get into that, here is the new breakdown that I have for my dividend investing. You can see here the targets on the right hand side of what I want for my portfolio. We can see here that there's a lot of ETFs, and then I have my individual funds at smaller weightings, right? So you can tell that I have sold some of my dividend ETFs, and that's basically because I just want to consolidate it all, and there was quite a lot of little bits of dividends that I was getting, and I didn't have much conviction in it, and I didn't really read up on the funds, which, you know, I should be periodically, but yeah, it just wasn't that great. Now, what's changed massively is the USG, and this is sort of a smart shares ETF, and the reason why I've done this is purely for the tax aspects, because I'm getting pretty close to fifth tax in New Zealand, and what I wanted to do was, I didn't want to go over it just yet. I wanted to go over here because it will pay for my fifth tax, and you can see it's one of my highest holdings along with QQQ. So I have my target, and then I also have my current. So what I'll be doing with these ones here in the red, I will be adding money into it every week, every month type thing, till they kind of align. Now you get some funny ones here, like Google, I think it's undervalued, so I have put a little bit more money into that, a little bit extra, and then these other ones here that's kind of floundering. I'm just kind of waiting till these stocks get even lower in this current dip that we're having. But yeah, technically I do try to aim for this target amount, but sometimes it does get a little bit skewed, but I do have money in my wallet to be investing into these. So this moves me on to my other strategy that I'm going to be focusing more of, which is the high risk options trading. And we can see here that this is my tracker for it, if you're new to seeing this, but basically what I was getting or aiming for was $50 New Zealand weekly, and I was actually achieving that because this here is US dollars, so you can see that I can't remember what my target was, but yeah, if you come over here, this is where I log my trades. These are the weeks of the year, so this is 2025. You can't see it here, it's cut off, but basically I'm asking on the right hand side, real simple, am I getting $50 a week? So I get a couple of good trades which is beyond the $50 that I've been achieving, but we can see here that I also have some bad weeks as well, and this one lasted for a month, so I didn't get all the money I wanted, but that's because I also had to adhere to some safety. I can't just go out there and try to earn as much income, otherwise I'm going to blow up my account. Okay, so this moves me on to week 10, and we see a significant change. I'm now chasing 150 New Zealand dollars a month because I put a little bit more money into this one, but you can see here the first month is good. Now don't worry, it always starts out sometimes to be good and kind of ends terribly, and you do get these reds here. I'm not always going to win, but you know, over the long term I hope that I can get on average $150, but I just need to make sure that you got to allocate for risk and your trading so that you do continue to make money or passive income from your accounts. But this is not an options trading video. Just to summarize, for January I got $11.10 in dividends, and then for February I got $12.98. We just saw there that I put more money into my options trading to be able to get $150 a week target now, and yeah, I just, for a little bit more risk, I can get 10 times the returns that I've been getting in dividends. If you have any comments, just ask it down below. Let me know what's your favorite dividend stocks that you're buying right now in this current dip. Feel free to use my referral codes. If you want to hear more from me during the week, feel free to come over to Instagram, hit me a follow there, because I share what I'm doing investing and other news in the markets. Please hit that like button and subscribe if you're interested in this kind of content. The trading platform I use is Interactive Brokers, Hatch Invest, Stake, and Sharesies for individual companies, and I use InvestNow for index funds. If you want to start investing, you can use any of my referral codes down below to start your own investing journey if you are from New Zealand. If you want to know how I get $150 every week from options trading, click this video right here, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.